everybody, this is Amy. Welcome so much to my channel. I appreciate you stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I paint a design that includes blue hydrangeas and roses, yellow roses. We're going to be using flat brushes. I tend to use, those are my favorite brushes apparently. A number 12 flat brush, a number 10, and a number 8. These are all plaid one-stroke brushes, and then I will also be using a dotting stylus. Anyone will do. I am using, for this design, Fresh Foliage, School Bus Yellow, Cerulean Blue, Hydrangea, Wicker White, and Thicket. Oops, sorry. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start by base coating, and I'm going to add a little, change this just a smidge here. I'm also going to be using a number 5 Glass Art by Dynasty brush, and this is going to be for the base coating for my hydrangeas. And I'm using the wrong color. Awesome. Alright. Typically I on my project I grabbed the wrong one just now, but I would have actually been coating this with the hydrangea and not the cerulean blue, but I'm going to roll with it. So I like to use the Glass Art by Dynasty brushes when I'm doing a base coat or a single coat, like when I did the tree in my previous video, just because it actually gives you good coverage. Typically I might have to do several coats or add some drying time in between and come back and do some more coats. So that's why I tend to go with these if I'm doing that type of a project. Alright, I'm going to put this one over here a little bit. On my design that I painted, I kind of lined them up a little bit, and I don't really want them lined up as far as with the roses and such. I'm not making these very big because of the vase that I'm painting on. Again, my project, I tend to do glass work. I like to paint on glass. Any of my designs that can be painted on other surfaces are just done to give you an idea of what can be done. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and leave it to dry just a smidge. And I'm going to double load my brush, and I'm using the number 12 for this part. I'm going to double load it with the School Bus Yellow and the white. The only concern I have with this is that it might be too opaque, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start with the outer part being the white instead of the yellow. You could do the reverse, or obviously you could do a different color. I pulled into the blue there, which I shouldn't have, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and run with that. That might be considered kind of an odd combination of colors, but I think it's pretty together. You'll see. Again, with whatever tutorials I do, you can use different colors. You don't have to stick with what I'm doing. And with that being said, I am going to finish this here. Stick that there. And then bring that over here. There's so many ways to do roses. I have found that I'm just kind of winging it and doing what I feel looks good at the time. Kind of steering away from my typical rose that I paint. If you feel like your brush gets too full of paint, feel free to scrape some of the paint off. And I know with this one it's a little hard to see. Let me think here, which way do I want to go with this? I'm going to do this and then bring it in here. I just like it to be a little bit wavy. It doesn't have to be, and that's intentional. Alright, we'll move on to the next rose. And I am only doing one part of this. This is the front part. I'm not going to be painting the entire vase, and that's for the purpose of the video. If you're doing this for a home decor piece, if you're painting a vase for a home decor piece, you might want to do it all the way around. That way it creates a nice look depending on what they're using it for. If they're using this for the purpose of maybe putting flowers in, or the centerpiece for their home, you know, one of their tables, a dining room table, it just really depends as far as what you really should paint on it, paint around it, because I feel like if it's going to have a candle on it, it definitely should be painted all the way around, because the candle will be just so pretty with the lighting. At least I would think it would be. And again, if your paint gets too thick on your brush, just feel okay to just brush it off. Just make sure you don't stick it in a different color paint. I'm good at that. And then I'm thinking, oh my goodness, why does it look like that? Kind of doing that now. Alright, now we're going to go over here and finish this up. Sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background. She's down here with me right now, snoozing. Alright, we're going to go like this. If you feel like you're getting too much yellow, you can wash your brush out. This is why it's looking this way. It is getting a lot of yellow in it because my brush is full of paint. If that's okay with you, which it is for me, then leave it the way it is. It doesn't really bother me. I'm just doing it. If you have any questions while I'm doing this, please make sure that you post those down below. I would love to hear from you. Or you can just stop by and say hi. It's fine. Alright, we're almost done with the roses. And I know with this color scheme it's probably kind of hard to see them. And I apologize for that. Next time I'll do it with a different color scheme, making it a little bit easier to see. On the hydrangeas, what I'm doing is doing the Hydrangea and the Cerulean Blue, and I might tap in a little bit of the Wicker White, and I am just going to go around it and make these little designs. I like to rotate them so that I might have some that have white on the edges and might have some that have blue, the cerulean blue on the edges, or the wicker, or not wicker, but the hydrangea. And you don't have to be completing a full flower when you're doing this on the inside. Got a hair in here. You can just do a few of the petals and rotate them, which is fine. This kind of gives it some interest. And I definitely am all about that. It's actually better when you do the hydrangea. I wish I would have done that, but I didn't want to stop and start again. It doesn't really matter though. And you can go over the top of some of them if you wish. And there are other designs that you can paint for the petals that are sufficient too. Like more of a tip, like having a pointed tip on the petals instead of the rounded. I've seen them done that way too. Also, you can, and I didn't do this, but you can, give this base paint a little bit more time to dry before you paint over it, because that can help you get a cleaner look. Because I'm doing wet on wet, it makes it a little bit more difficult, more challenging, which is fine. You don't get as clear of a design when you paint wet on wet a lot of times. And you can go around the top. Oops, sorry. I feel like I'm not staying in the screen there. I'm sorry. And then just do some randomness around the outside of it. And the reason for that is so that it's not just a perfect circle. Not that it would be a perfect circle if I'm doing it, but you get the meaning here, I'm sure. And if you like to have more of the rounded look, then keep it the way it is. It's fine. But I like it to kind of be a little random. That's just me though. I like it to have more of a random look. Alright, so here we're going to go do the same thing with this one. And this one is feeling a little stiffer, a little drier, so we'll see. Make sure I'm staying on film here, guys. I'm sorry if I keep floating off. Not really trying to do that, but it does happen. So I kind of like when the colors intermix a little bit. I think it's pretty. But as I have a tendency to say, it's your piece. Make it speak about you, not what somebody else wants it to speak about. And honestly, you don't even have to base coat it. I just thought it would be nice. And also adds durability, as I mentioned in a lot of my videos. The thicker the paint, the more durable it will be. And I really do like kind of rotating the colors. You can do them all. You can do them all one color, or have the color scheme all one direction if you wish. You can also rotate it to where one part is darker than the other, maybe even do it with multiple colors so that there's a definite difference between them. As I've seen people do them with like a lighter blue, a lavender, a purple, all in the same painting. And that makes for a nice combination too, that makes it really pop when you do it like that. Alright, so on this one I am just going to go around and add a little bit more little spragglies. Now I have a cat meowing at me. In the last video I made, I had my dogs were barking. My other one was getting into stuff, and now I have my cat meowing at me from afar. Oh, it's very pretty. Yeah, I pulled out a little yellow. Not sure where I got that at, but and this is more of a looser version. I'm definitely not making crisp lines, which is fine. And we just keep going. Alright. Getting close to finishing this part. Next we'll be adding some dots to the center, and that's where my dotting tool comes in, my stylus. Alright, so I'm going to stop at this point, take my stylus, and then I'm just going to go into these and then place a center where I think it might be a partial flower. You know, we're only seeing part of the flower, so I'm going to sit a center wherever I can. And really, it doesn't matter if you're specific or not, because the dots give it, you know, some more interest. So I'm kind of feeling like the more dots you can put on, the cuter it's going to be. And I'm going to do that. And then just keep going. So the last thing we're going to do is add some leaves. And we'll try to do that pretty quickly so that we can keep moving here. I just don't like to have 20-hour videos. I'm sorry if it feels that way, but I feel like I need a dot there. Okay, let's move on. Again, very simple. And there are other ways to make hydrangeas too, and I probably should create some other videos based on that. Because really when you're painting, there's just not one way to do a painting. And you know, more videos you see, the more you're going to see. We all have different ideas. Alright, so the leaves are going to be created out of the thicket and the fresh foliage. I might touch in a little bit of the white, or I could even touch in a tad bit of the yellow. And then that gives it a different look too. The reason why you would is not only maybe to rotate the colors and give it a different look, but it also, some of the colors are more transparent than others, and by adding in some of these other colors, it's great for making them less transparent, more opaque. Okay, so I'm going to do some wiggles. This one does have some yellow in it. Pull it through there. And then I'm going to come over here, do another one. Grabbed a piece of something there. So grab a piece and run. No, just kidding. And then I'm going to go like that. And I did grab some blue because of the underneath being going over the top of one of the flowers, but that's fine. And this one I might do some light. Alright, let's go over into here. I'm going to do some green. And I have the lighter green on one side and that golden magnet. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to go over here and do this. And get the end there very well. Pull my stem down through. That. Yeah, some of them you have to work. Sometimes with glass, there can be spots that are a little bit more difficult to work with. But you don't get the look you like, then just wash it off and do it again. That's one reason I like doing glass projects, because it can afford you the ability to just wash off and then go back around, get my brush to turn here like that, and then put it down like that. And I'm going to just do some basic little leaves. Again, I try to get them as transparent, or as, not transparent, but as opaque as possible because of the, you know, the fact that they're more durable when you do that. So by putting in the white, it gives it more of an olive look. My brush is getting too full of paint. I'm lifting the paint. If you do that, sometimes you might have to do a lighter touch. Like that. Just gotta learn to work with it, really, is what it takes. Just learning to work with your paint. And I love adding in like the little filler flowers, or leaves, sorry. And I'm sorry about the background noise, it's my furnace. And then we'll come up here. I mean, just look how pretty this is. Very simple arrangement. Roses and hydrangeas. And then I'm just going to keep doing this. And I think I must have gotten some green on here. Just to smudge my, oh I did, the one I just did. Dagnabbit. That's one reason why for videos I don't have a tendency to want to do the whole thing, because I smudge them. Alright, let's try this again. Little or less leaves, it's your call. And you can use different colors, you know, to make leaves. I'm going to paint it like this, trying to keep it from getting too opaque. Now in the center, I kind of like to throw some leaves in the center, you know, just to make sure it's not too plain. I'm not sure what that is. And just throw my little stems in there. Alright. This just kind of, like I said, completes it really. So it doesn't make it look like you've just stuck flowers with leaves around it. You know, that there's actually a, you know, bouquet, or again, it's not just, okay, here's a flower, and then that's it. We've got an arrangement. It's made with intent, right? If you take a look at it and you see someplace where you feel like you might want to add some more, you know, that's basically when you're doing this, you know, take a step back, look at it and say, hey, where do I need to add? Where am I short? I need more color, or I need more leaves, I need something, then go ahead and add it. You know, have at it. Alright, I'm done for today. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted when I post something new. When you finish watching this video, there is a subscribe button underneath. Please make sure that you hit that button to share this video on your social networks with your friends and family. I would appreciate it. Alright, I appreciate you again, and until the next time, you have a good one.